You shouldn't be living a life that you don't enjoy. You should not be working in a job that you cannot wait to clock out from. See, the thing is, we make choices. We get to decide what our future looks like. We get to decide how we spend our time. And one of the biggest traps that I've seen people put themselves in is getting inside that 9-to-5 job that they don't really truly feel fulfilled. And I get it. I understand how people get stuck in those kinds of situations, and I don't blame you. But what I want to say is there is a path that you can take to get out of that. And the first thing is to respect your time. So if you're stuck somewhere that you don't like, right now, put together a list of roles or jobs that you would much rather have. And it could be anything, even if you wanted to say fishing, for example, or I want to give boating tours, or it doesn't even have to be fishing related, but just something that you have an interest in that you love doing. And I'm not saying you have to be an entrepreneur. Now, that is a path that you could take, starting a little small business on the side, spending, late nights pursuing one of your hobbies that can translate into making money. You can do all those things, right? But the biggest thing that I'm seeing right now is people being stuck in their current job because they need to pay the bills. And I totally get that. So for me, my story is a little bit different. If you want to take a listen, I've always prioritized doing things I love. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Society looks down on that. It looks like I'm being irresponsible. And sometimes I joke about how I might be one of the most irresponsible people I know with my money, or how I run my family or my life, because it does sound kind of goofy and kind of silly. I didn't want to get a job when I was a kid or whenever I was younger. And so one of the first things I did was I played Frisbee golf. I played a lot of Frisbee golf to the point that I was selling Frisbees on the river. Well, that turned into a business. And I realized at one point in my life, I realized at one point in my life, hey, I can do things that I love and make enough to pay my bills. Now, when I was younger, it was just a little bit of rent and some car payment. But that idea in my mind was what made me realize in my heart, for the rest of my life, I would never have to do something that I did not like doing, because I could always just sell Frisbees on the river. Another example was with photography. I was kind of trying to prove a point one day, didn't have enough money to go to Subway. And me and this girl I was dating, we didn't come from these wealthy families or anything like that. So it was kind of a big deal being able to go get some fast food. And I was like, you know what? Let's try this. I pulled over at a park with my camera, with one of my nice cameras, and I asked family members if I could take photos of their family at the park for free. And I would edit them and I would email them the photos. I didn't ask for anything other than their email address so I could send the photos. And all of them tipped me. Within an hour, I made about $50 the first time. I tried that several different times, and I would make anywhere from $40 to $80 an hour. At that point in my life, again, I realized I love photography. I could just go to any park in the state, just walk up to families and ask them if I could take photos for free and email them. And almost all of them would hand me like a $5 bill or a $20 bill. That's always been in the back of my mind. That's given me enough security to know, like, regardless of anything in life, what life throws me, I could always just grab my camera and go to a park and make enough to pay for my bills. As long as you're living a modest life and, maybe you have rent, you have some roommates, you may or may not have a car payment, but you need to pay for gas or whatever. Getting little bites here. Let me see if I can set the hook. Oh, just missed him. It was a little perch. But you get my point, okay? So let's continue this trend. So I was doing the Frisbee thing and I had the camera thing down. I started making videos, and next thing I know, I'm thinking, you know what? Let me see if I can make some videos for some small shops. So I made some free videos for coffee shops and car dealership and stuff like that. And, you know, they'd always end up paying me a little bit. Word got around. That turned into me actually doing commercials and doing a bunch of work for them. But the point is, because I was focused on doing the things that I love and care about, opportunities would present themselves to be able to afford a modest lifestyle. I don't know what that looks like in your life right now, but I do know what it looks like to be stuck. I had jobs that I did not show up for when I was younger. I would clock in late, I would show up tired, I wasn't responsible. I was like one of your typical low-life employees that didn't care about anything. You know what? It was because I would genuinely just wasn't interested. And it's sad to think about the fact that that could have been my life for the rest of my life. And I'm so happy that I decided to just not conform to society, because for me, as a high school dropout, that's what was expected of me. See, that's the thing. If you're listening, you're like, that's me. I'm a low life. I don't think you're a low life. I think what it is, and this is what my grandma told me, I just don't think you found that thing that fires you up. I don't think that you found that right opportunity that you were destined for. And in my case, since I have a ton of hobbies and I love to do a lot of things, and I have a lot of experience doing this stuff now, I can do just about anything in the world that I love doing and find a way to make enough money to pay my bills. And that didn't happen overnight. It was that first trust fall of me, good little fish there. It was that first trust fall of me just trying to make a living doing Frisbee golf, and then trying to make enough money doing the photography, that really unlocked the door for me. So if this is resonating with you, if you're somebody is working that job that they don't want to do anymore, I'm not telling you to go quit your job. Honestly, what I think you should do right now is go apply for 4 or 5 jobs and just start doing interviews. Just start doing interviews for fun. Don't get overly excited about getting that one specific one, but take control back. And even if you increase your pay by 10%, even if you increase the quality of your life by 10% because it's something closer to what you want to do, that's a huge step. It's the part where you get stuck doing something that you don't like doing. That's the part that is deeply disturbing if you actually unpack that and look back later and say, man, what was I doing there? Thank God I got out of that spot. I've been there. You just get stuck. You get so used to it. It's so comfortable, but you could actually right now be living in a place where you say to yourself every day, wow, I really love doing what I do. Everyone should be able to find something that they love doing. And the thing that you are doing now might be something someone else genuinely loves doing. So it's an interesting concept, but I just kind of wanted to talk about that today while we're fishing. I feel incredibly blessed to have the opportunity right now to just fish. Am I making a fortune fishing? No, but if I was living a modest lifestyle, I'm making enough money fishing to pay all my bills. Right now it's just supplemental income, and I've got a bunch of fun stuff that I do on the side, but every single project that I have going on right now that makes me money is something that I absolutely love to do. I hope you got something out of this video. I've never made anything like this. I might start making more of these. I want to make it clear, I'm not trying to pretend like I'm some master guru or whatever. All I'm really trying to do is inspire you to pursue something that you love doing so that you can spend your time well. And I'm telling you, if you take that first step to just look outside of the box and pursue doing something that you love doing as your primary income stream, it's one of the most valuable changes in your life that I believe you could ever make.